I'm sure most of you guys have sat around all holiday season and thought, I wonder when James White is going to get on and do a video about everything that happened on his channel that nobody cares about for the year 2024. Well, if that's you, all 5 of you guys have been waiting in anticipation. So here it is on the other side of this terrible intro that I'm sure you're all tired of seeing. We'll see you on the other side. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Southern Draw Law. My name is James White, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, former police officer. So the first thing I want to do is just say thank you 1,000 times over to you guys for an incredible year of 2024. I started watching John Bryan and Lackluster and Long Island Audit like several years back, and I really was fascinated by this whole auditing thing, and I wanted to get into talking about it. I knew I had something to offer and an experience with these type of things that other people just didn't. And so that was my why. That was the reason I wanted to contribute, because I felt like I could contribute something of value. And so I did that. And I started my channel February 21. Really forgot about it, honestly. Didn't realize that in order to build a YouTube channel, you have to be consistent. And you have to post every week and all that stuff. Didn't understand algorithms, any of that stuff. Fast forward, 2024, March 1st, I decided I'm going to go at this. But I spent January and February doing research. What does it take to be successful? How many videos do you need to post a month? All that stuff. And then I learned it takes 6 to 8 hours of work for every single video that you put out, and you have to put out at least 2 to 3 a week if you're going to be successful. And so I started. March 1st, I started. And I have consistently put out content every single month for 10 months straight. And that's why I'm happy to announce that we've gotten 3.2 million views in the year 2024, all from March 1st until now, in 10 months. I only have 21,600 subscribers right now, but I have 120 to 150,000 recurring people that come back to my channel and watch the channel. And that makes me, it blows my mind, frankly, but it makes me so proud to know that people find value in my content. So 2024 has been an incredible year. For me, it's changed my life. It changed the way that I looked at what I could contribute, because I got so frustrated thinking, I'm the only person in this office who feels the way I feel about the police, about the Constitution, about our responsibility as to what we're supposed to do. And that was incredibly frustrating for me. And so this is the first time that I found something where I feel like I can actually do something here independently, where nobody can be mad at me or think that I'm a political liability or just think that I look at things the wrong way or whatever. I don't work for anybody now. So I say what I want. I'm trying to curate the audience that believes in what I'm trying to do, and that's my why. And 2024 has been incredible because of you. So with that said, I want to look back at the top 3 videos that I've had, and I'm not going to make you watch them because I've already been on my little rant here for a little bit, but I'm going to look back at the top 3, and I'll just show the thumbnail here, videos of 2024 that and what the views have been, which again just blows my mind. Number 3, Tennessee Waffle Cop thinks he can ID anyone he wants. I published this video on July 13th, 2024, and it's gotten 205,309 views. Now, if you guys watch John Bryan and you watch Lackluster and you watch We the People and you watch Sean Paul Reyes and Long Island Audit and Magansett, this view count is nothing compared to them. But for me, it's incredible. So that was number 3. Number 2, the second most popular video of the year was titled, Lying Prosecutor Gets Schooled by Pro Se Auditor. This was a video that I published on March 30th, so only 30 days into my journey. It has gotten 220,892 views, and it's about a First Amendment activist and auditor in New Hampshire basically pushing buttons at his local government and him absolutely just annihilating a city prosecutor in the course of beating him in a pro se case. It's a great story. I really enjoyed doing it. I talk about what I think are the role of the prosecutor. I talk about the burger case in that video. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. I think it's a good video. My audio, I think, is better, and my presentation, I hope, is better since March 30th, but who knows. My most viewed videos are videos that I did when I first started. The number 1 video of the year was Irritated Driver Destroys Drug Task Force Agents with Words Like No, Lawyer Breakdown. This video I published 3 weeks into my YouTube journey, March 21st, 2024. It currently has 509,477 views. This is probably one of the hardest videos of mine to watch because I can't remember the guy's name. He's changed it since then. He ended up losing in court. I get people that ask me all the time in the comments what happened, but he ended up going to municipal court and losing, I guess. And yeah, that's not much of a surprise. I don't know whether he appealed it or anything, but he started a channel and it's linked in the description of the video. So if you want to go back and watch it, but he basically just goes on a tirade and just talks smack to these cops the entire time. And those are the top 3 videos of the year from the Southern Draw Law channel. Now, a couple of honorable mentions for the year 2024. And again, I just want to say up front, guys, nobody cares what I think. Lackluster doesn't care what I think. Civil rights lawyer doesn't care what I think. Nobody needs my affirmation in order to know that they're doing a good job. But I still think that it matters what they do. And so I want to give them shout outs. So for the category of actually auditing and getting out and doing the work and subjecting yourself to arrest, I would encourage you to go check out Honor Your Oath, Civil Rights Investigations. I'm sure almost everybody who watches my channel knows who Jeff Gray is. He's an absolute legend. He has a video that's a recap of 2024 that shows the multiple encounters that he had. This guy is still putting himself out there. He's going out, subjecting himself to arrest because the work that he's doing is important. And I would put probably like Justin from The Random Patriot is doing really good work. Although I haven't featured his videos on my channel yet, they're coming in 2025. The I Am Free auditing gentleman that works out in Washington does incredible work. Of course, Sean Paul Reyes does incredible work and has really put himself out there and has fought the fight and spent the money to litigate many cases. Those guys have just done an incredible job with actually getting out there and doing the work and making a difference. So those guys deserve some recognition for the work that they've done in person, not just talking about what everybody else does. The second greatest contribution, I think, is in growth. If you look at John Bryan, the Civil Rights Lawyer's channel for last year, I think last year at this time, he had something in the neighborhood of like 200,000 subscribers. He just passed 800. I just looked. He's like me. He's taking the week off, I think. 815,000 subscribers he has now. John Bryan will probably be at 2 million subscribers by the end of next year. He's just done an incredible job. His channel has taken off. And so for the best like legal commentary contribution and growth and expansion into this niche, I think it has to be John Bryan, the civil rights lawyer. His channel's good. He does his research. He knows what he's talking about. And he does what I don't do, which is he actually gets out in the field and actually litigates these cases. I'm not admitted to federal court right now. I do hope that's a pathway that I am on in the future, but I'm not doing it right now. But he does it, and he features his cases and his clients, good, bad, or ugly, and I just think he's got a great channel. So I'm so happy to see that blow up for him. As far as overall impact for the legal community and the legal niche and the auditing niche, I think that Dale Hiller from Lackluster and Sean Paul Reyes from Long Island Audit and their collaboration in creating the Attorney Shield product is going to be one of the most impactful things that we see. And I don't have, and I'll be just completely transparent with you, Dale and I have discussed superficially a collaboration or a partnership or an affiliate or something along those lines with Attorney Shield, basically just because I believe so much in what they're doing. But I don't have anything to gain from this whatsoever. I've already, I don't have any sort of contract with them. I don't have any affiliation other than preliminary discussions that haven't actually been talked about in a couple months. The product is incredible. I would encourage you to go over to Lackluster's channel and watch the video that he put out a couple days ago showing the interactions that Attorney Shield has changed during the actual stop. And what you'll notice, even if you're not paying attention, I'll tell you what to look for. The entire escalation model that the police typically use just dies in the streets when there is a lawyer insisting that the talks happen between the lawyer and the cop. Now, I will tell you, it's not a perfect product. There is not a perfect product that exists. There could be, and there will be at some point, some officer that just says, you know what, I don't have to talk to you, and I'm not going to talk to you. And the truth is they don't. They don't. What a lot of people don't understand is that you don't actually have to Mirandize somebody unless you're asking them questions and they're in custody. If you observe the person doing the thing that you're going to write them a ticket for, you don't have to have a discussion at all with a lawyer. You don't have to have the discussion with the driver for that matter. You can just get their information. If they won't give it, hook them up, take them to jail. If they do give it, write them a ticket, give them the instructions, completely ignore the lawyer. But these guys have egos and they don't like being challenged. And watching them fail at critical thinking and problem solving is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Watching how they react to being in a forced interaction with a lawyer on a traffic stop is just some of the best people watching, cop watching TV I've ever seen in my life. And I think that this thing is going to blow up so much and it's going to have an enormous impact on policing in 2025. So, for overall impact into the legal space, I really think that Dale from Lackluster and Sean Paul Reyes and their collaboration to create Attorney Shield is one of the greatest things that this space has ever and will ever see. And it may do more to change law enforcement behavior than anything these videos could have done in 10 years. So congratulations to those guys. It's an incredible thing. I'm so happy and I'm glad. I hope it lasts forever and ever and becomes an enormous thing. And I hope that some major financier that believes in civil liberties comes along and pays them $1 billion for this thing, because it's going to be incredible. In closing, there is so much more to come in 2025 from the Southern Draw Law channel as the primary platform for what I'm trying to do. I want to get from 20,000 subscribers now, or 21.6, to 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. That's my goal. It may not happen, but that's my goal. So if you believe in what I do and you want to see my channel grow, the best thing you can do is not send me money. It's to just share. Share it with everybody you know. Talk to people about it. Comment politely. And I will tell you, I'm not going to put up with abusive comments in the comment section, because here's what happens with me. If you see what I do and you see what my background is, when you get on my comment section and you make personal attacks at me, I'm going to block you. I'll just block you and move on with my life, because if that's your first interaction with me, that is evidence to me that you will never contribute anything positive to this community or to my channel, and I do not need you or want you here. So if that's your thing, understand, take your best freaking shot, because it's the only one you're going to get. When you get it, and I see it, because I see every comment, I still read every single comment, you're gone. Now, if that's not your approach and you believe in what I do and you want to contribute, please comment, please like, please subscribe, please tell your friends, and we'll grow together. I'm going to try to keep my videos between 15 and 20 minutes, preferably below 15 minutes in 2025. I get a lot of comments from people who say that I talk too much. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't feel like you can explain nuanced and complicated subjects in the law in a way that helps people understand them without talking your way through it. But that said, I've gotten enough people tell me that I talk too much that I'm going to dial it down. I'm going to talk less. In addition to the primary channel, I'm going to be launching a second channel. I don't know if you can subscribe to it now, but if you can, I'd appreciate it if you do, because I want to get it monetized, and I'd like to get it monetized earlier in 2025, but it's going to be mostly courtroom stuff. So it's called Southern Draw Law's Court Cam. I'll put up a little picture here on the screen. And I'm just going to be doing more courtroom stuff there. This channel will be mostly police interactions, and that channel will be like courtroom scenes, okay? And then, there'll be some overlap in some things that I talk about there, case law breakdowns and stuff like that. But anything related to police interactions will stay on this channel primarily, and if you want to see courtroom stuff, it'll be over there. In addition to a second channel, I'll be launching a podcast in 2025 with a very good friend of mine that I went to law school with, who is also a former police officer and former prosecutor. We're very similar. His name's Josh, and we're going to be starting a podcast. I'm not going to tell you what the name of it is, because, quite frankly, I think the names that I come up with are things that people would want to steal. I might be that guy that has the really ugly girlfriend that thinks everybody wants her and nobody wants her, right? And that may be the case with my podcast title. But nevertheless, I'm going to keep it close to the vest until I get ready to launch and I have it cemented and nobody can take it. But we're going to be doing a podcast that's probably going to start out weekly, where we just talk about contemporary issues in law enforcement, solutions, and bring in people to talk about it. Sometimes it'll be police officers, sometimes it'll be lawyers, sometimes it'll be drug addicts, people that have been wronged by the police. We're just going to have a whole array of different topics that we talk about, but all of them sort of centered around policing and law enforcement in the court system. So look for that in probably like the first quarter, maybe spring of 2025. There'll be a podcast and I'll be making some announcements. A book is coming. I'm working on a novel right now that I'm about halfway through that I hope to have unveiled by the end of 2025. And then I'm also working on a citizen book. This is based on audience suggestions, actually. That's just sort of a citizen's guide to constitutionality and dealing with police. So I'm working on that, and I hope that that'll be something that I can unveil later in the year. Okay, so first thing is a new channel. Second thing is a podcast. Third and fourth thing are 1, maybe 2 books. Fifth thing, I am creating with my friend Josh, who, like I said, is a former prosecutor and former police officer as well, a training program for law enforcement where we're going to be trying to pitch it to CALIA, which is one of the nationally accredited law enforcement, has an enormous amount of influence over post, over all kinds of different like training protocols in the United States. We're going to be making a pitch to them and creating that to try to make some change in the way that officers deal with constitutionality of what they do. And then, last but not least, by the end of 2025, we will be launching a digital product that will help with some of the pro se stuff. So, all that said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my channel this year. I know this is long, but hey, it's still 2024 and I promise to talk less in 2025. So you got to wait for it, right? If you would like to support the Southern Draw Law channel, and I don't ask for that and I don't expect that, but if you'd like to, I don't offer any type of memberships, but I will leave my Venmo and PayPal links both here on the screen as well as in the description. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave a constructive, not abusive comment on the videos. Check out some of the other videos on the channel and leave a comment on there as well. I will leave my top 3 videos that I mentioned here from 2024 in the end cards in case you haven't seen them. But until I see you again, take care. Always film your interactions with the police and keep your evidence to yourself. Happy New Year from Southern Draw Law.